Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Destination Disaster Podcast, a production by Leigh Watson, Jessica Takaruku, and Abby Bloomingberg. Today we will be discussing the powerful yet amazing volcanoes. We will be discussing their destructive powers, their history, science, and how you can stay safe in the case of an eruption. So stay tuned to learn all you need to know about volcanoes, and thank you once again for joining us.
Volcanoes been on planet Earth for millions of years and have a very fascinating history. We will be talking about 3 volcanoes today. The first volcano is Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania, Africa. Its last explosion was 150 years to 200,000 years ago. It is unknown the destruction it is caused. It is not currently active, but smoke and gas is coming out of it. 400 meters under the volcano is the magma. It is feared that it will collapse, but is not expected. The next volcano is Mount Lowo in Hawaii. In 1868, when it erupted, it caused Hawaii's largest earthquake. Its last eruption was March 25, 1984. For the last 20 years, it has exploded on average once every 6 years. Its siblings Kolea and Koli are still active. The third volcano is in Mount Vesus, Pompeii, Italy. The most famous eruption was in 79 AD. Lava and ashes covered the town. There have been 50 eruptions since. In 1631, the volcano buried a town, and the ashes blew 150 miles and killed 3,000 people. In 1906, it erupted again and killed hundreds. In 1944, the lava went 500 feet in the air, and those are the 3 volcanoes for today. Thanks.
Hello. Today I'll explain to you the science behind volcanoes. First of all, scientists like me are called volcanologists. Volcanologists have exciting yet dangerous jobs. For example, David A. Johnson was a volcanologist who was famous for his analysis in volcanic gases. He later died in volcanic eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1988. Harun Tezef was a French volcanologist and was famous for studying volcanoes all over Europe and Africa. He did many things in the volcano world. Next, what causes this event? Volcanoes are formed mainly because of our core. Our core is 5,000 degrees Celsius. Since heat rises, the hotness from the core rises above the mantle and then pokes through the crust, forming a volcano. When the volcano erupts, that is when the magma is released from the earth. It is so tightly squeezed in the center of a volcano that it starts to erupt. A GPS, or global positioning system, is used to map out volcanoes. The GPS uses radio waves along with satellites to determine positioning. Volcanoes use VEI, or Volcanic Explosion Index, to tell how big the eruption was. To better understand measurements, let's go back to Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii, Italy. They did not measure it back then because they didn't have the tools, but today scientists measure the seismic activity so that they can predict future eruptions today. Now on to warning signs. When a scientist sees that a volcano looks like it might erupt, he monitors it. Then before the gases start to hit the air, which is about an hour before it gets dangerous, he sends out a warning to evacuate the area in which the volcano is about to erupt. Now finally, questions. Scientists still have many questions regarding these volcanoes. 2 main questions that they still have are, how can they better improve the warning system or predictions of volcanoes, and can anything be done to stop volcanoes? They are still working on answers to both of these questions.
Now some safety tips for those of you who live in volcanically active areas. Make sure you listen to the radio and TV and follow any evacuation warning. Do not take valuables with you, and do not save things that you think are not worth it. Try to leave as quickly as possible and do not waste time. Also, do not panic. Stay in a calm attitude and you will be fine. Make sure you have an emergency bag to use. This bag can be grabbed in a very quick evacuation. This bag should have food, such as non-perishable items. It should also have clothing and jackets so that if you have to stay somewhere for a while, you have supplies. Also, first aid kit should be with you in case of emergencies. Evacuate as quickly.
Thank you for watching Destination Disaster. Now that you have learned about volcanoes, always remember, do not drink and drive. You might spill your root beer.